Hey, Johnny here for Johnny's Car Care and Advice. So today what I'm going to be covering is how to modify your truck. So actually the easiest way to modify your truck is to not spend thousands and thousands of dollars on brand new modifications. So if you already have your truck and you absolutely love your truck, try shopping online. But if your truck isn't modified and it's just not, the perfect truck, easiest way is sell your current truck and shop for a truck already modified. When you buy a used truck that has been modified, you're not going to pay extras for those modifications that the person put into their vehicle. For example, tires and mags can set you back $2,000 to $3,000, and if you buy a truck that already has tires and mags, well, that's $2,000 to $3,000 saved. So in today's video, I'm going to be covering all the tips and tricks on how to get yourself a modified truck. So how to skip the whole process of spending $5,000 to $10,000 in modifications, sell your current truck, and how to then shop for the right new truck. So it'll be easier selling your current truck and buying a new truck that's already modified, and we'll go through that in just a moment. So check your trucks online. You'll definitely find a car or truck that is to your liking, that's already modified, that's at the same price or more or less the same price as other trucks online. And you're going to want to verify for your own truck that you make sure that everything is in order. Now let's check out the truck that you're going to be looking for online. Make sure that the transmission oil is red or black like coffee if it's a little used, but make sure there's no metal flakes in it. Also, your tranny fluid, it should appear on the dipstick because transmissions don't burn through oil, so definitely make sure that that's all right. And check the radiator fluid. Bad odor means it's going to need to get flushed. If it's missing, well, that's a very dangerous sign because it could be leaking into the motor. Also check for irregular noises coming off of idle. You also want to make sure that your oil is not milky brown or yellowish. This would mean that radiator fluid is likely getting into the oil because of a leaked head gasket, which might mean there's already damage on the motor or at least a big head gasket job. So if so, move on and find another. Head gaskets really are big and costly jobs. Also, if there's no oil on the dipstick, this means likely the truck hasn't been maintained properly, hasn't gotten regular checkups, and you should also move on. Make sure that there's no leaks coming from underneath the truck, such as the diff that you see in the photo here. So you don't want to have to be changing a diff, gasket, or the whole diff altogether. You'll also want to put the vehicle on a jack, verify that there's no major wobble coming off of the tires. You also want to check the suspension, verify its bushings, make sure there's no leaks, and do a test drive. And make sure there's no leaks after the test drive either. So you're going to also want to verify the frame, make sure there's no perforation on the frame, no frame damage. This means the truck's completely scrapped, and no matter what, don't pay to have it inspected. It's no good at all. So also make sure for any other perforation on the body. Of course, once again, avoid if there's frame damage. Check your suspension and your bushings. This truck had new suspension and bushings, so got real lucky here. You'll, if all checks out, either invest in paying a good mechanic to inspect it, such as a same brand dealer, or risk it and take it home. Check the bottom of your truck for any perforation. Some mild rust can always be sanded down and fixed, but you definitely don't want any solid perforation. Bodywork is quite expensive. And if it all checks out, clean it up and bring your dirty truck, clean it up, and you'll probably have gotten a better price if it was pretty dirty. It's always great to pick up a farm truck that was well maintained. They'll be extremely dirty. You'll put in maybe 10 hours of cleaning, but you might be picking up a really well maintained truck. Fill in your stone chips after doing your wash to avoid more rust, and make sure the truck comes at least with one set of good tires, or be ready to put out about $1,000 or more in tires. So you'll definitely want to keep this all in mind when you're trying to sell your own truck. So when selling your own truck, keep in mind, your oil should be, have been changed recently, so it shows good maintenance on your part. Change your wipers if they're due. People are going to be verifying these things, and it's going to show an overall care for your truck, whether you maintained it and took care of it or if you neglected it. If you have any surface rust, have it, sand it down, throw on your primer, and then spray it, or have a professional do it, because this will really change the appearance of your truck and what people think and the opinion they form of your truck or car. Make sure also that you take the time to really clean it. If your vehicle isn't cleaned, it'll turn off a lot of people. They'll assume that if it's not clean, you did not take care of it. So book an appointment with the people who are coming to see your vehicle, and make sure you have time to clean your truck, inside and out. Wash it, and before doing all this, wax your vehicle. So I hope this has been useful. I hope this helps you sell your truck, because oddly, people assume that if the truck is clean, that you also maintained it well. But that brings us to the point of bills. Ask for bills when you're shopping your new truck, and make sure to keep your bills on you when you are trying to sell your truck. So if you're trying to sell your truck, use your bills to prove that you have taken good care of your vehicle. Check the bills when shopping for your new truck to make sure you get the perfect truck. If this has been useful, please like and subscribe.